Luffy and the Straw Hats' power-ups during the Wano arc were crazy. I mean, we got to witness Gear 5, Robin's Demonio Fleur, and even Zoro and Sanji had their moments. Despite all this, Wano has left the fans wondering what more is in store for them, and what is Oda actually cooking? How strong can the Straw Hats even get after all this? Well, you guys don't have to worry about all this because we've got you covered. Following some thorough research, we've formulated some theories regarding Straw Hats' potential and just how strong they'll get in the end. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. First up, let's talk about our favorite little reindeer, Chopper. A lot of people tend to seriously underestimate him because of his low bounty, but they don't grasp the real reason behind it. The world government has always classified Chopper as a mere pet, rather than a genuine threat, which is the only reason his bounty remains so low. If they actually recognized his true abilities, the bounty would be way higher. After all, Chopper is strong as hell. We got a glimpse of just how powerful he can be during the Wano arc, especially in the battle against Queen. Talking about Chopper's devil fruit, Hito Hito no Mi allows him to transform into a human and reindeer hybrid by using some yellow pills. However, I'm pretty sure that Chopper will be able to acquire this form without the use of these pills and maintain it for a longer duration. Another interesting thing I'd like to mention here is that Chopper might also add armament haki into his arsenal. Well, he's already quite strong physically, but armament haki would further enhance his physical prowess and make him a force to be reckoned with. To be honest, I'm not expecting any significant power upgrades from Chopper by Oda-sensei. I mean, he's just a side character in the end, and we all know how they get treated. Next up, we have Nami. Alongside Chopper and Usopp, Nami has been considered a part of the weakling trio, but that's a thing of the past now. Ever since Nami got Zeus, she's achieved some crazy feats and is no longer considered a weakling. She basically resigned from the trio. Now the main question here is, how will Nami get even stronger? Some people suggest that Nami might acquire a devil fruit, but that seems highly unlikely because her staff already provides her devil fruit-like abilities. Despite this, Oda might do something about her devil fruit, as it was hypothesized in the SBS. Regardless of all this, it's highly unlikely that Nami will acquire one, so let's talk about something more realistic. I personally believe that observation haki would best suit Nami, as it will allow her to utilize Zeus far better, and might help her with the navigation skills as well. It's about time we talk about the Soul King Brook. Well, he's another member of the weakling trio, but trust me, Brook can become one of the strongest members of the Straw Hats. Just like Nami, there's a massive possibility that Brook might just learn observation haki and support his comrades. He can't just acquire armament haki because there's no muscle or anything for that. Let's just keep this haki thingy aside and talk about his devil fruit. We might be seeing Brook's devil fruit awakening, and even though we don't know what will happen, I'm sure that it will be insane. At this point, we know that Brook can split his soul and take the form of a ghost, and with his awakened devil fruit, there's a possibility that he can do this with others as well, and even consume their souls. This will allow Brook to utilize other devil fruit abilities and make him pretty overpowered. Whatever we say, this seems highly unlikely because Brook is a side character. Now let's talk about Franky. At this point, Franky is overwhelmingly strong. His physical abilities were enough to defeat Sasaki in Wano, and it was a one-sided battle. In my opinion, Franky's one of those guys with unlimited potential. Being a cyborg, Franky can always integrate stronger materials into his body and make himself even stronger. Besides all this, there's a possibility that Franky might also acquire armament haki. Considering his physical prowess, armament haki would make him insanely overpowered, and he might as well rival the strongest characters in the series. His extreme obsession with tech might allow him to forge the greatest ship of all time and revolutionize the naval industry. Besides this, I don't particularly see a way that Franky can get even stronger. And now the character you've all been waiting for, God Usopp. Usopp is a highly underrated character in my opinion. I mean, my man has survived all this time without any significant power-ups and is somehow keeping up with everything. Hats off to him. Anyways, talking about Usopp's power-up, there's a massive possibility that he might acquire observation haki, and being the sniper, that would benefit him a lot. Besides that, he could also get a devil fruit, but that's pretty unlikely. That would be a lack of creativity by Oda if he just grants a devil fruit, but we can't rule that factor out. Usopp could inherit or unlock a giant transformation ability, possibly through Elbaf-related lore or a devil fruit. In this form, he would gain immense physical strength while retaining his sniping skills, making him a formidable long-range and close combat fighter. It's time we talked about our beloved Robin-chan. Robin is an underrated character in my opinion. Well, we haven't even seen her fight properly all these years, and her first proper battle was during the Wano arc, where she acquired Demonio Fleur that allows her to spawn a massive figure of herself with wings. Now the question here is if we can consider this as a devil fruit awakening. We've witnessed that devil fruit awakenings allow the user to affect their surroundings freely, which Robin is already doing with her Demonio Fleur. This basically means that she already has awakened her devil fruit and we won't be seeing any power-ups. Despite this, there's still some room for improvement in the case of haki. Robin could train to become highly skilled in advanced haki, particularly armament and observation haki. With mastery of armament haki, her replicated limbs would become more solid and durable, delivering powerful attacks and lasting longer in combat. If her observation haki continues to evolve, enabling her to detect enemies or threats from kilometers away, she would become an even more formidable tactician and fighter. Next up, we have Jinbe on the list. Like most fans, I want to see the Fishman get even stronger stronger, but it seems like Jinbe has already reached his potential. At this point, he just needs a battle to showcase his true abilities. Despite all this, one potential upgrade Jinbe might get in the future is the awakening of Conqueror's Haki. Don't at me, but Jinbe has that dog in him. Considering that Conqueror's Haki is all about one's willpower, Jinbe is a strong candidate for its awakening. My man went up against the Sea Emperor and didn't even flinch a little. That moment was just insane. Besides this, we can also consider Jinbe getting a devil fruit or something like that, but we haven't really seen any fishmen with devil fruits, so that's pretty unlikely as well. Given his connection to the sea, Jinbe might develop the ability to communicate with or command sea kings, similar to Shirahoshi's ability as Poseidon. While not on the same scale as Poseidon, Jinbe could potentially summon or control sea kings in battle, making him a force to be reckoned with, especially in naval confrontations. Next up, we have Blackleg Sanji. Sanji's role during the Wano arc has been quite significant, and being one of the Straw Hats' main fighters, he's bound to get even stronger. Most people were expecting to see Sanji get some insane power-up during Wano, but all we got was him realizing his genetic potential. Well, he managed to defeat Queen with that, so that's surely some crazy power-up. There's a massive possibility that Sanji will unlock more secrets regarding his genetics and acquire some crazy skills. Besides all this, Sanji's also the prince of Germa Kingdom, and we might even see him commanding its army at some point. That would be insane. Just imagine Sanji pulling up with his army during the final war. I might just pass out from that. It's about time we talk about Luffy's right-hand man, Roronoa Zoro. Besides Luffy, Zoro is the only Straw Hat with an end goal that's related to getting stronger. I mean, Zoro wants to get stronger than Mihawk and become the strongest swordsman, so it makes sense that he'll get even stronger as the series progresses. One thing I'd like to see here is Zoro acquiring a Supreme Blade, considering that Mihawk has one, and some of the strongest characters of the series had them too. Without that, it's quite difficult to see how Zoro will become stronger than Mihawk. Zoro also needs to work on his sword blackening skills, and make his katana even darker. Besides all this, Zoro has already mastered Advanced Armament and Conqueror's Haki, so the only thing left here is Advanced Observation Haki. Anyway, Zoro will definitely get stronger than Mihawk, and that would be insane. The only Straw Hat left is the Captain Monkey D. Luffy. Just like Zoro, it's quite easy to visualize just how strong Luffy will get in the end. His end goal is to become the Pirate King, and for that to happen, he has to defeat Akainu and Blackbeard. The thing is, I just can't imagine how Luffy could get even stronger than he is now. I mean, he already awakened his Devil Fruit and proclaimed that it's his peak. He's also mastered all 3 Advanced Haki and even defeated Kaido in a battle. The only thing that he can improve here is his grip on Gear 5, and figure out ways to conserve energy. Well, that's it, folks. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anything. See you in the next one. Bye!